Hello, my name is Gabriel Privett. This is going to be my first and very quick video, just going over a summary of what PLG will be and what I want it to be, basically. So PLG stands for Privett Legacy Group. Why it's named that is I am the only one in my family with my last name. Grew up with an absent father, and the only thing that I have from him, apart from, I guess, my DNA, is the last name. It means nothing. Absolutely means nothing. And growing up, I didn't really have anything, right? Came from struggle, so this is my opportunity to make it something for my family, since the previous generation for me did not do that. So Privett being my last name, Privett Legacy Group. Legacy Group, since I'm the only one with my last name and I have a weird family dynamic, the group will be chosen by me. To use this example for one of my friends, PLG will branch over into first floor care. Floor care being deep carpet cleanings, hardwood clean and shine / polish, grout, and stuff like that. This is just a foothold to get my leg in the door, right? Something I can do. Everybody likes it. Everybody loves a clean carpet, right? So I'll do that. While I'm doing this, I am a full-time student and going through rehabilitation and recovery from my injury from the military. So for this, start with floor care, right? Get a clientele, get us out there. Then from there, expanding upon the group will be other branches like computer care, car care, home service, and welder. This is being because I find that with the advancements of technology, there's going to be a lot of people who need help or assistance with computers, technology, and all that. PLG is going to be a community-based, all right? It's for community, it's for workers, and it's for family, right? So with that being said, let me see if I have it. Okay, so with that being said, I don't know if you can see it, but the cost breakdown would be this, right? 20% will go into the Privett Fund for my family and a very close group. Very close group that this will be if my kids want to go to college or my kids' kids want to go to college, right? They will have that access to the funds. If one of my kids has a condition where it's very expensive to treat, God forbid that happen, but I live by hope for the best, prepare for the worst. So with that being said, 20% will go into a fund that I will use for my family and very close people that I consider family. 20%, another 20%, so 40% in total, will go to the company's fund. This will go towards new equipment, anything that employees need, building maintenance, whatever, right? This will be the cash cow for the company or anything, right? This is where I want to really make a highlight. I have a theory, right? I have a hypothesis don't know if I'm using the right words. This is very unofficial. First video. This is me just doing something that way I can get my ass to stop procrastinating. I do cuss. I apologize. Official videos will not have any bad words or bad languages, but for now, please bear with me. I'm doing my darnest. So, work life. If work life is greater than profit, then I think that the company will survive. I think the company will go the distance. I'm investing in this. I don't want to sell it. All right. I'm not going to do anything past, like, once this is fully self-sufficient, I'm going hands-free. I'm doing my own thing. I'll go into my goals for another video, but I feel that if work life is better than, not profit, but you need to invest in your employees. Coming from the military and a number of other jobs, I understand the detriment of companies putting a stress and strain on your family. That is not giving the best version of yourself. With this, I want to make a couple clauses, and I'm open to community input. That's why I'm making videos and documenting this entire process for the workers. If you need a week off to go and be with family for whatever reason, take the week off. We will postpone whatever job we have. You come first. End of story. I'm not arguing about it or anything. All right. But with that being said, understand that whenever you're at the job, I need 100%. All right. I need you to do as good of a job as I would do, because I'm advocating for you. Now, with that said, I started this company 17 days ago, and it came back on the 17th that I got approved and I'm in good standing. So I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but it's good ideas and it's a foundation, right? So that's the cost breakdown. I need to find ways to make it work, right? This will not change. That's my family, that's my close group at the top. All right, this can change. All right, the 20% can change depending on X factors, right? If someone who works for me does a $10,000 job, 20% goes, $2,000 goes to the Privett fund, $2,000 goes to the company fund, $6,000 goes to the worker. I think you deserve that money. Now, with that being said, let's see, what else? This is a very rough estimate. I want to be hired, you need a recommendation, right? I'm looking for veterans. I'm looking for first generation immigrants. I'm looking for people who are trying to grow their family, right? Some of the core benefits that I would like to see for that was insurance. Appreciate you being patient with me. Yeah, so the company is going to be my attempt at making my name like the Rockefeller. Like, whenever you hear a Rockefeller name, I want that to be Privett Legacy Group. So with that, the incentive for me to put everything I have into this is that my family is taken care of. Family is by far the most important thing to me, and by golly, I will go tooth and nail to fight for them. With that being said, any of my employees I consider a part of my family. If somebody needs a surgery or whatever, I want the ability to give it to them. So that's why the company fund will be subject to change and the workers will be subject to change. I do not plan on taking a paycheck until this company turns profit. Like I said before, I'm a full-time student. While out of the military, I am in full recovery, but it's a lot more manageable right now since my back. But if things do go south, I do need to change this up into something else. But for now, it seems pretty, I'm not going to say easy, but straightforward. With that being said, thank you for watching my first video. I know it's not the best, but it's something, right? I'm trying to give full transparency and have a community behind me to, like, if I make a decision, I want someone to make me question my decision, if that makes sense. I want, like, a community to keep me in line and to have, like, my back, it per se. And I think this is a great portion to move forward, and I would love to start doing things like giveaways for local computers. Growing up, I didn't have a computer. Well, I didn't have a working computer, but things like that. I had to buy my own car. I'm still paying my car note to this day. I want to be able to give people their first car if need be, right? Or like just run a little giveaway for, you know, people who maybe have a single parent home or low income or anything, right? And a mentorship program, but that's way down the line. The first thing we need to do is get to this point, which I believe will be coming the next either 2 weeks. We will do our first job. I have a couple people on neighborhood app, next door, one or the other, that are interested in the services. So how that goes, hopefully well, and I will make a video following up with each service I do, granted if they're comfortable with me recording the process that I go through and talking about the service. But that being said, thank you again. Any questions, please put them down in the comments. Every like, dislike, I really just want feedback, constructive feedback if I'm doing something that maybe doesn't make sense, right? I want people to, like, I want this to be a community, like, company. It's a little weird because it's not a traditional American company, but I don't like traditional American companies. I like the idea of European companies, but with an American spin on it, right? Fuck everybody else, and my family and my community is what matters. So with that being said, thank you, and I appreciate you watching my video, and I hope that this kind of opens the door for people to come in and give me a little bit of guidance if I need it, criticism. If I'm doing something that doesn't make sense or that's like out of left field, then I want someone to say that, right? I want someone to keep me in check, basically, and like understand that I'm trying to do a good thing, even though it, as I look at it, it kind of looks like a fucking pyramid scheme. But any questions, please reach out. And that's it. Thank you.